there's a specific page in the White Handbook that says don't proselyte around other houses of worship, which I was like, that's understandable. My second area, I was like, this is impossible, because in my second area, there's only 20,000 people there, and there was 120 different churches. And so I was like, Elder, I don't know how I can follow this. it's impossible. Anyway, so there was a lot of different beliefs there for sure. There was churches that I'd never even heard of before, and everybody went to church there. Everybody went to some different church, and most of them didn't know what we were, or if they did, they weren't very favorable of us. And so I'd never experienced anything like that in my life. There was a lot of opposition, which was pretty hard to handle at first, because I was like, I mean, what have they heard? It's like, where have you heard this from? Why won't you just take a chance on it? Because that was the hardest thing, was just help getting them to take the chance on just looking at it. Was the hardest thing, because a lot of them were just content with where they were. They don't want to change or anything. They were content with what fit them, not necessarily what was God's way or the truth and stuff. So that was hard. It was hard finding people that, obviously it was the Bible Belt, so there's all sorts of different Christian denominations, and a lot of it was spent, like, when they would talk to us, when they would listen, a lot of it was kind of dispelling misconceptions about it, because there was things that were said all over the place about us, and we tried to clear those things up and to defend the church and everything, and then hopefully have the chance to talk to them about it. So yeah, I think that's definitely a prevalent thing, is different churches, different beliefs, and trying to bring this thing that's totally new to them was a pretty big challenge. And so I guess the day-to-day living about what we did was we studied up on the Bible a lot, for sure. We obviously, we taught from the Book of Mormon, but what we tried to do was correlate these things from, like, the New Testament and from the Old Testament to the Book of Mormon, and try to present it in that way to where it'd be something that they're familiar with. They'd be open to hearing things from the Bible, but also show them how it relates so well to the Book of Mormon, and all these things that a lot of them that split most of the churches was disagreements on these certain verses, what they meant. That's what separated them a lot. And then if we would show them these things from the Book of Mormon, they'd be like, oh, that makes it clear. That makes it helps me to understand what they're actually trying to get at with this. And so yeah, that's what we tried to do, was use the Bible and the Book of Mormon to show them how they really do run together, and testify of the one truth. But my friend, I remember from his mission, he was in Texas as well. Me and my two best friends all served in Texas at the same time. It was kind of crazy. So we could all relate pretty well to what we were going after. He did this thing where he had, like, he found these. The first thing that he would do is he would say to people is like, hey, can I share something from the Bible with you? And they'd be like, sure, of course, I love the Bible. And he would share with them, specific verses from the Bible that testified of the restoration. And then he would kind of ask them, what they thought that it meant. And then, they would express their thoughts. A lot of times maybe they'd be like, whoa, I haven't seen that one before. I didn't notice that before. And then from there, they could go on to, what our message is, and be like, hey, we have something that's in fulfillment of these things, of these prophecies or these doctrines, and we know that you're interested in the Bible. We know that's important to you, and we want to add on to that and show you that God has fulfilled His words through the Bible, and He still is now, and that what we have is something that can help your faith wherever it is. If you have none at all, or if you are strong Christian, that there's more that God wants for you. So that was pretty good. That was a pretty good finding idea that he thought of.